So guys, welcome back to another video, and this is another NBA reaction. I'm actually going to be honest here. I didn't realise the next round of sort of playoff fixtures would be going on now. I thought they would all have to wait until the first round like sort of was finished, because obviously there's still like the Nuggets who are playing. I'm not too sure who else. I know the Nuggets are playing. That might be it, you know. I think it is just them, the Nuggets versus the Jazz. So yeah, this surprised me. I didn't even know this game was on, to be honest. But now I see it, I'm going to obviously have to pay more attention to this, because this is a game that I'm very interested in. I actually predicted, from my predictions, the Celtics to beat the Raptors in 7 games. And like, I think it's going to be like, I think it's going to go the full length of the series for sure, because these are two talented teams. But I'm just surprised. I didn't know it was already going to start. So I'm annoyed I missed it. Why is it so loud? I'm annoyed I missed it because I didn't know again it was going to be so soon. But we're here to see it now. And obviously with the games that are coming up, obviously with the games in the playoffs, I'm going to hopefully do some more live streams, do some more game reactions. And yeah, man, let's see how this pans out, because I'm just surprised it started already. But yeah, let's see how this happens, man.
Playoffs are back, and the defending champs are ready to make their push. Get behind Canada's team and check out Bodog's.
No minutes restriction on him after an injured ankle in Game 4 a week ago. Here's Tice finding Smart for 3, and it's on target.
Again, I'm not going to be surprised if the Raptors win this, because two
Maybe that
insane
shot by
teams,
Marcus
man.
Smart will get him going. He was 2 for
Talented
15 in the
as hell.
first round from three-point range. The step through and basket for Jaylen Brown. Now, normally a week off is a long time, and you can get rusty, but especially into these conditions as Siakam scores at a basket.
Amen. Giving you an amen on that. Fred VanVleet, OG Anunoby.
Three-pointer is good. Second team foul. Tice gets past Gasol. Count the basket and a foul. Such an important player for this Celtic team.
Just makes that.
So you got the Celtics pushing in transition or executing at a high level. Now, they didn't make that last with Ibaka on the floor. Your level of aggression right here can be different, and he has shot the ball so well.
Ibaka is smart, gets to the rim. He's been excellent off the bench all year. Going to try another 3 here, and rattles it down. Back-to-back 3.
Backup center spot. But as well as Serge has shot it, you got to be there on the catch.
Come on.
Here he is from Kemba Walker. Nice giving for
17,
5 from the
19,
floor.
11, Jesus. Celtics started well.
8-point Boston lead.
Starting really
3-ball
well.
Smart is good. Young guys like Tatum and Brown, and future of the NBA is in pretty good hands. Brown rising, canning a 3 over Siakam, and a foul. 3-year-old rookie out of Ole Miss, was a 4-year player in college, and tough pass to handle. Williams able to grab it.
Raptors not starting well, to be fair.
A lob to Brown, and he can't put it in, but Williams
Kind
is
of
there.
sloppy.
This to play in the opening quarter of Game 1
Again.
of the Eastern Conference semifinals. Game 2 on Tuesday night. Walker for 3, hit it. The mark cleared by Ibaka. VanVleet looking to run. Tries past Williams.
Oh my god, look at the spaces just found.
Start for Boston, shooting 58% here in the opening quarter. Tatum moving to his left, gets it to drop in for his first basket. 19 for Boston, the 3
He's going to be
East.
so
Here's
important in
VanVleet.
this.
Davis
Tatum.
got it for 3.
36-20.
8-second difference in the clock here at the end of the first quarter. Tatum gets past one defender, greeted by 2 more, hits Wanamaker, answers for 3. 31-year-old, but in his second year, he's played in several leagues overseas. Here's Powell with 3 to go in the quarter from about 28 feet.
Leadership to see their impact, and it's a pleasure to go to work with them every day.
Thank you, Brad. Dave, back to you.
Post fires to Tice, had trouble handling the pass and turned it over.
So it's now
Raptors
11,
looking to
and
run.
they're
Ibaka
attacking
gets the
there.
layup. Brad Stevens just foul called.
So, okay, so they've actually cut it short, man.
Powell drives right at one.
Oh!
Punched out of there by Tice.
Big.
I don't really
Big
feel like
block.
Celtics have been forced to grind out those matchups on the post all year. They're accustomed to it, and now Tatum
That
gets
was a
a
big
jumper
block,
to go.
man.
10 in a row from the floor. Hesitation by Brown, hangs in the air, gets the bounce. 11 pull the bench with those 3 fouls, but he does have 11 rebounds, doubling his previous playoff career high. Jumper in the lane is good for Kemba. Anunoby able to get to the rim, soars for the flush. One of the great postseason environments in the NBA.
Okay. Okay, that pass,
for
man.
3, and that is 16-point lead again for Boston. Gasol driving, flips it up, and it drops in.
Match and try to get this to 10 if you're the Raptors. You've shot it so poorly.
Anunoby blocks Walker
Good block
from
there as well,
behind.
man. There's a
Walker
few
seemed
good blocks
aware of
coming
it
in.
on that drive.
Important as
Speaking of
hell.
shot blocking, wow, Rob Williams.
My
Still
days,
shooting
that was
under
massive.
30% from the floor. Here's Tatum. Beautiful step through and
Come
finish
on,
count it.
And now
My
Boston's
God.
showing a little bit of zone.
OG gets the stop.
My UK broski, come on,
Here's
man.
Anunoby in the open floor.
Oh my!
Lifted from behind, but they're going to say that Rob Williams got him with the body.
Oh,
Okay.
that was almost.
That was actually a good block, but I guess it was just a bit too.
Ibaka trying to back down Brown. Deflected by Tatum. And Tatum on the other end smashes it.
It was just a
What are we
bit
talking
too
about?
3.
risky.
They've been one of the best defensive teams
So they
all
called
year.
it.
Walker
Oh my god.
to Smart. 1 second to go. Good
Walker,
move.
man. Oh, the buzzer as well.
Walker beats the buzzer. Kyle Lowry,
That could be
7
big.
points, 3 fouls.
Raptors have got quite a low scoring game, haven't they?
Gasol working
Struggling
on
offensively
Tice.
for sure.
And able to
Maybe
get
it's just the Celtics
underneath.
just
They play through Marc Gasol
Showing
in the
their
post, something they
defensive
haven't done a
strengths.
ton of this year.
Here's Smart with a driving kick. Brown corner 3. Up
They
and
do
good.
work it well, they're doing
Jaylen
it,
Brown
man. They work it
accidentally
so
looked
well.
like Tatum got him upstairs. It's a 5-on-4 for Boston. They find the open man. Walker for 3.
Kemba
Both
again.
teams with a week off, basically. After their sweeps in the first round, Gasol.
Tell you what, man.
Anunoby got it back.
I knew this would be close, and I predicted the Celtics again on a sort of like a coin flip. I wasn't 100% sure because I actually initially thought the Raptors would win, but I just went to the Celtics for like a little underdog story. But I say underdog; they are just a class team, aren't they? But like, this is an interesting start. Maybe the Raptors are just getting sort of started, or maybe they just sort of like I don't know. That's not really an excuse, is it? Because they've obviously just played their last few games, so that is rustiness isn't really an issue, to be honest. Just the Celtics are going in, man. I'm surprised with this though, because like, the Raptors, they just seem to sort of go through everyone. They just seem to sort of find a way. But this one, they just seem out of their depth so far. But maybe they will turn up for the next few games. Like we've seen teams do like have off games. Like the Nuggets have had a few against the Jazz and they're still in it. But man,
That was
nearly a
nicely
20-point deficit. That's kind of wild.
You mentioned the defense. Both these teams finished in the top 2 in points allowed. It's as Smart hits a 3. Kemba Walker, the leading scorer for Boston tonight with 15.
Come
Great
on,
pass
man.
to Tice, who slams it. Last year played great. Upped his
Van
level
Vliet
of
with
play
only 4
this year.
points, man.
And has an incredibly bright future. Williams with the throwdown.
Pocket pass, easy.
Siakam backing down.
Look at the
Smart
strength
got
there,
in the paint
bro.
and scores. That's just the second Bowery. Not that time. Van Vliet in the open floor pulls the trigger and
That's what I want to
buries a
see
triple.
from you, man. That's what I see
about
from
Fred
him.
VanVleet, and he told me that Fred changed the game
He's
for
so good with
undrafted
threes,
guys.
bro.
Of which
The Time Lord.
The Time Lord. And where did that? I haven't heard that one.
So his rookie season, and I may not get everything, as Tatum drops another
I
one.
wonder
By
who's the
Smart.
the
Van Vliet
highest
trying to
scorer
keep
in
the
this
dribble,
game.
and Smart, an
That's not
excellent
what I wanna
defender,
see.
picks his pocket.
Yeah,
It
he's been
results in a
picked there,
Williams
man.
Stuff on the other end.
His pocket
You know
has
what?
been picked,
So
man.
even
Done that well.
Ibaka from deep, and he was really.
like Fred VanVleet against Kemba right there.
Van Vliet is wide open. Ibaka finds him, but
Ah,
it's been kind of the
too
day.
short.
How the day's gone for the Raptors, although they end up getting a 3.
My guy.
Jason Tatum.
That's what I want to see, man.
Lowry finds a cutting Powell who hangs, and will be on Tatum on the far side. Walker trying to free him with a screen. Here's Tatum, gets it away in time. Good!
Tatum
So
is
he's got that
different, bro.
healthy
He
tonight.
tripped
He
there and he
said,
still
you know,
makes it.
Since everybody's been isolated,
He
it's almost like
tripped
you
and
don't
still makes
realize
his shots.
that you have had an impact.
There's been some nuts
Even
blocks,
Toronto
man.
has the lead down to 12 here in game 1.
Some real crazy
Lowry's
ones,
starting
bro.
to get it going with 15 points. Wanamaker, wing 3, 15.
Guys, when players and teams first started discussing coming to the bubble, there
Worked
were
that
teams
well.
that had the higher seed, as Pascal Siakam just have an extra foul to designate. What can we do to recreate that home court environment? And so this was something that teams were concerned
3
about.
days off, including this game being postponed because the players didn't want to play, and
Oh,
obviously
just.
an emotional, historic. Athletes from other professional sports teams in America and even some college teams
Oh!
followed suit.
Oh,
Tatum
come
hits the
on,
mid-range
mate.
Jumper never lost control at any point in this game.
This has been some. They've got some real good chemistry, bro.
Marcus shooting it the way he did today. That's now
Some
5
cold
points.
link ups,
Celtic
man.
lead. There's Lowry driving. And how
Missed
about
that.
Tice?
Build around. You'll
Is
see
that a block
Dwight
again?
Powell back next year.
Jesus Christ.
Some really good pieces. Seth Curry, probably one of the more underrated players.
Time Lord, print a t-shirt. Here's Powell for 3. Our friends at TNT will have Game 6 of that series tonight. Siakam's floater is good. Matt Thomas on the
Two
floor
little today
here.
in there.
Final couple minutes for Toronto as Brown drives, count it, and 1.
Reiterate, the coaching staff, while after round 1, the players can have family or tight friends, the coaching staffs cannot.
He got done there,
There are a
bro.
lot of loved ones, friends. But it's just an unusual situation. Then you add everything else that's going on in the world. And
Right.
never felt in doubt. Toronto got it down to 9
112,
at one point in the second quarter, but
Christ.
the Celtics answered rapidly. Led
Does it
by
say
as
that?
many as
Multiple players at 21, so this wasn't really focused on an individual player, to be honest. Like, a lot of players were involved in this one. I mean, it makes sense because this is a tight sort of encounter. But you look at that, the Celtics really only won the first quarter. The other quarters were very, very tight. So I mean, yeah, the Raptors just started pretty just slowly, basically, and yeah, the Celtics obviously took advantage of that. But let's see, box score. Celtics versus Raptors box score. I'm intrigued to see who had the other 21s, etc. Because it just seemed like a really spread out sort of the points are sort of spread out. So Smart of 21 as well. Kemba Walker with 10 assists and 18. Tatum with 21, 9, 2. See, man, they've just got ballers all round. Theus with 13. Even players coming off the bench, like Williams with 10 as well, man. And obviously Jaylen Brown 17. Yeah, man, they've got the rebounds. They've got the... Theus had 15 rebounds. Or Theus, I'm saying his name wrong. Theus had 15. So, man, they've got players for all sort of areas, bro. They really are a team to sort of look at, bro. I really rate them. And to do this against the Raptors as well, I mean... The Raptors are a different team. You saw how they handled the Nets. Obviously, the Nets weren't great, but the Raptors just sort of swept them aside. But I mean, you can say the same about the Celtics against in their sort of retrospective games as well. Like they sort of just swept them aside, which is why they're playing, because obviously these two teams were through quicker. But 13 for Siakam, not really even many sort of rebounds. I mean, 9 for Ibaka, to be fair, 15 as well. So he done pretty well. Gasol with 7, 5, 6. Anunoby with 12. How old is he? He's relatively young, isn't he? 23, so yeah, he is relatively young. 10 points on average, to be fair. I didn't realise he was that sort of high. I thought he was lower in them terms. But if you look at his averages, he actually done better this game than he did for the general season. Van Vliet with 11, so he was pretty quiet, but to be fair, he came off with 11 in the end, with 8 assists as well, so he was involved actually, to be fair to him. Maybe I'm just sort of looking at him like that because of that one game that I remember when he just went off. But still, yeah. So they had it spread out. I feel like everyone was just a bit too low in general, and they were just slow, sort of catching up with the Celtics to start with. But still, man, insane game. I'm really disappointed at the lack of intensity. This is where not having home crowd or any crowd really takes the wind out of the sails. That's true, man. That's a very good point. Like the crowd just fills you with energy, especially when you're home. Being the away team in a home game is so intimidating, but sometimes it will give you that sort of determination to go and sort of pull off a result. I do see what he means there. Is it just me or the playoff defence doesn't seem to be as intense as it should be? So this seems to be a theme of what people are saying. I like how Marcus Smart developed as a really good player. Boston's a very talented, complete and balanced team, so it's capable of going to the finals. I think it's over. Paul Pierce. Brad Stevens should have won Coach of the Year in the future. I mean, come on, he's a great coach. A few times while watching these highlights, I forgot it's the conference semis and I thought it was some trivial preseason scrimmage. The intensity just isn't there, man. Yeah, without the sort of the circumstances, it's hard. I do see that. I can't really say if I can't really say if I've sort of, I can sort of say I've, what is it like? I've watched previous games to sort of compare it to, but I can see why that would be a sort of a thing. Like, see why that would be an issue, because I mean, yeah, crowds do just help make occasions and boost sort of players' energy. When you're tired, they'll just sort of push you on, etc. I do see that. I don't get why Nurse insists on using Mark so much. He was an amazing big, but he seems washed up now. Too freaking slow, liability, but she should get the spot real freaking soon. But yeah, man, what are your guys' thoughts on the series? Do you reckon the Celtics will come through? Do you reckon the Raptors just started poorly, but they're still there battling? This is a title, man. The Raptors definitely aren't going to go down without a fight. I expect them to get a few games here. Again, I feel like it will still go to Game 7, to be honest. Like, genuinely, this just seems like too much of a tight matchup to not go there. And again, the Raptors could still go through. I mean, I'm not here to say they will or they won't, but I can see them going through. But also the Celtics, I would probably just pip them. But again, I wouldn't be surprised because they're both incredible teams. And yeah, man, what are your guys' thoughts on this matchup? And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy it. Until next time, like, subscribe, peace.